Our movie starts with a big monkey inside a research and development company. We see Dr. Godfrey and his assistant Dimitri welcoming the big monkey. They have developed a machine to solve mysteries and they plan to use it to allow the big monkey to talk to a baby monkey, hoping it will help them understand the language of babies easily and thereby understand children's language. However, when the machine was activated, the experiment fails and the results are opposite. The big monkey turns into a baby monkey. Godfrey is very upset because his experiment has failed. Later, we go to the park and see Sammy and his sister Carla playing with Sue and Jasper. Sammy starts complaining to his friends about his parents always getting mad at him when he plays at home. Carla interrupts and says it's because he messes up his clothes and spills butter everywhere, which is why their parents get mad. Sammy argues that his parents are controlling and always finds an excuse to punish him, and he wishes he could be in charge of the house instead. Shortly after, Chaz, Dr. Godfrey's son, joins them. Carla tells Chaz that their parents want them to be responsible for the adults, not the other way around. Chaz expresses that he wishes he could spend more time with his father, who is always busy with his inventions. Later, the children's parents arrive and take them, except for Godfrey, who is late for chess, leaving him sad. However, when his father arrives and gives him his favorite popcorn, promising not to be late again, Chaz cheers up. When Carla and Sammy find out they're going on vacation with their family, they get excited. However, their mother Denise cannot travel because of work. But Robert tells her he won't leave her alone and they will stay with Jack and Martha, the grandparents. Sammy is very upset about his parents' behavior and tells Carla that if he were them, he wouldn't spoil the vacation because of work, but Carla isn't bothered by what he says. At that time, Godfrey was taking his son and heading to the company in a hurry. There, Chaz meets Alexia, Dimitri's child. Afterwards, Godfrey's boss goes to him, who is waiting for him, and he gets nervous when asked about his machine. He starts showing him other machines to distract him from his failed invention. However, the boss gets annoyed and threatens to fire him if he doesn't show him the mystery removal machine. Reluctantly, Godfrey agrees, even though it's not fully functional yet. Meanwhile, the children arrive at the house where they will spend their vacation. In their room, they see a shooting star from the window, and their grandmother tells them that if they make a wish, it will come true, just like when she saw a shooting star and wished to meet their handsome grandfather, Jack. When the grandparents leave the room, Sammy wishes that children could be the ones in charge of the world instead of adults. Back in the office, Godfrey asks Chaz to help him with his experiment and convinces him to enter the machine to demonstrate it to his boss. However, Chaz gets upset inside the machine because he feels his father only experiments on him and doesn't care about him as a dad. Chaz exits the machine and cuts its wires, causing it to malfunction and release a lot of white gas that covers the city. When the gas dissipates, Chaz notices that adults are behaving like children and tries to understand what's happening. He learns that when the mystery removal machine malfunctioned, it released a gas that spread throughout the city, causing adults to take on childlike personalities while children took on adult responsibility. Chaz is happy to hear this news. Meanwhile, Jack and Martha return home with the children and are unaffected by the gas. They're surprised to see a little girl driving a car next to them with adults sitting in the back seat. They observe all the adults behaving like children and the children doing adult work. Sammy believes his wishes come true, that children are now ruling the world, and he and Carla get out of the car. On the way, Officer Jasper stops Jack and Martha because they're driving a car even though they are still children, and they get arrested. Sammy and Carla see them and follow them to the station to make sure they're safe. There they meet Jasper, their friend who has become an officer like his father. Afterwards, Jack and Martha are brought to the court where they are judged by a child and their lawyer is also a child. They are informed that they were driving a car while still young, ignored a stop sign, and tried to bribe the officer with cookies, resulting in a 25-year prison sentence. They're put in the same cell as an older man who acts like a child. Meanwhile, just before Carla and Sammy arrive home, Carla starts arguing with him because everything that's happening is his fault due to his wish. When they enter the house, they find it in chaos because of what their parents have done with their children's personalities. Carla and Sammy call their mom and dad, so Sammy takes their opportunity to let them clean up the mess they created. Carla is annoyed with Sammy and helps her parents to clean up. She talks to Sammy and tells him that she's upset because he's using his power wrong, but he tells her he's taking it from them. Play together later. At night, Carla and Sammy have their parents' teeth washed and order them to go to sleep. The next day, Carla and Sammy wake up to find Robert and Denise bouncing on their bed because they're hungry, so they prepare breakfast for them. After a while, Sue arrives and wants Carla to join her at work because they're working together now that they have their mother's jobs. Carla has an important report to present at the meeting. Before Carla goes to work, she tells her brother that they need to get their grandparents out of jail. At that moment, we see their grandparents enjoying their time in prison. After breakfast, Sammy takes his parents to school. Chaz drives their car, but he doesn't know how to drive anymore. Meanwhile, Chaz and Alexia are at the company working on their father's inventions. When Godfrey interrupts them, they leave for school. When Carla arrives at work, her manager gives her an original copy of an advertising poster and asks her to make 20 more copies because there is a meeting. As Carla goes to the printer, she's unaware which buttons to press. She accidentally falls on it and prints pictures of her face and arm until the paper and ink run out, without intending to. She places the original poster in the shredder. Later, Sue interrupts her and informs her that the meeting is about to start, so Sue takes the printed photos and enters the meeting room with them. The clients are impressed with the photos. Sammy is upset because he can't find any kids to play with and feels like he's turned into an adult, which he finds boring. Afterwards, Sammy goes to get a drink and sees Chaz on TV talking about recent illogical events and mentioning that anyone facing problems should visit his company. Chaz appears happy with the city as it is and wants to use his father's idea of using birds to transport gas worldwide, with children responsible everywhere. He hires ninja warriors as personal guards to protect him if anyone opposes his ideas. Sammy hears about Chaz's plan and follows him to the company. He leaves his family with the children and searches for Chaz until he finds him planning to distribute gas worldwide. The security children see Sammy and chase him, but he escapes with his family from the company. They return home where Sammy discusses plan after plan with Chaz. They decide to bring a girl to care for their parents. Then they go to the police station and meet Jasper, explaining what is happening. Meanwhile, Chaz kidnaps Robert and Denise and takes them to his company. Carla and Sammy, along with Jasper, go to the company. There, they tell Chaz that his plan will fail and reveal everything to Jasper. However, Jasper sides with Chaz and captures Carla and Sammy to turn them into adults and imprisons them in the machine. At that moment, Chaz releases the birds that will spread the gas worldwide. However, Carla and Sammy do not transform because their father frees himself and gets them out of the machine. The children manage to defeat anyone attacking them. Later, Sammy confronts Chaz and manages to stop him in his tracks using a remote control that stops time. This allows Carla to learn the machine's password from Godfrey and successfully disable it. Afterwards, she frees her brother before Chaz can freeze them both. With Carla's technology, their parents show that they have done many nice things for them and that they must enjoy the childhood that they have deprived them of. Chaz is affected by this and stops the birds, allowing them to return to the company. He spreads the opposite gas in the city and returns everything to normal. He hugs the children's parents and promises not to neglect them again. In the end, Martha and Chuck are still in prison and no one has released them yet. And that's it. If you like this recap, hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to keep seeing content like this one. If you have any requests or thoughts, drop them below in the comment section and we will see you at the next one. Peace out.